You guys, today we are out at our local bike trail ready to test something out in this little bag that I can't wait to tell you. It goes right along with mountain biking, so stay tuned and learn about my brand new drone. Welcome to the video, everybody. What I have hidden in this little bag is going to change my videos, my hikes, and my mountain bike rides for quite some time. Inside this little bag is the Hover X1 drone, and it is super small and simple. This for me is a game changer when it comes to drone footage, especially with the action type shots that I'm trying to get when I'm out here on the trails, either trail running, mountain biking, hiking, or whatever it might be. The X1 drone is unlike any other drone I've ever used. It doesn't require a remote control to control the whole thing. In fact, it's got just a couple of settings, and they are all autopilot type settings that allow it to do all the shooting for me, so I can actually go do the thing I'm trying to do while this functions as my cameraman. You guys, I can't tell you how much time I waste out on trails with my traditional DJI drone. It is a beautiful machine. It takes amazing shots, but sometimes it's taken me up to 10 or 15 minutes just to get set up for one shot. This little drone sets up almost every shot I've taken in less than 30 seconds. And best yet, it fits inside this little bag and only weighs 4 ounces. That means I can stow it in almost any backpack I have, or even my pocket. I've tried doing that with my DJI drone, and it just does not happen. Because it's so lightweight and small, it doesn't require a registration or even too much training to learn how to fly it. In fact, it's so easy. This is the drone I let my boys take out and film themselves at the local bike park or wherever they might want to be with their friends for the day. So with my traditional DJI drone, I have to pull out the controller, set up the control knobs. I've got to mount the phone, connect the phone to the drone, get the batteries all put in, get the drone all up in the air, and it just takes a long time. There is virtually no setup. I just open it up, click the button to power on, choose the mode that I want, hold it out, and it flies away and does the flight pattern that it's set up to do. It's got a really nice enclosed frame, so the propellers are all protected, so I literally launch and land this drone right from my palm, and it's super safe. Now when it comes to video modes, this drone shoots 2.7K at 30 frames per second, or it shoots 1080p at 60 frames per second. So this shoots really great video quality no matter what my settings are. It also has a gimbal here on the front. It does a really nice job. I've put it in the air with various amounts of wind and different temperatures. I think it does a really nice job at staying still and holding a nice smooth shot no matter what flight pattern I've sent it on. On top of all that, I can change the settings so that not only will it shoot landscape, but I can also get it to shoot portrait video. So if I wanted to put up a short, a TikTok, something along those lines, it does that as well. It has 5 pre-programmed flight control patterns. The first one is a simple hover. I hold it out, it launches, and it just takes my video. No matter what I'm doing, it can just sit there and shoot, and I decide how long I want it to be out there, and I hold my hand out when I'm ready for it to come back and land again. It also has this bird's eye mode, so it'll take and shoot straight up, and I can have it rotate or just shoot one continuous pattern straight up and down, and I decide how high I want it to go. Next, it has a zoom out feature where it just takes and zooms out for 20-30 feet and comes right back to me. The zoom out feature, especially when you're climbing mountains, you're out on great vistas, is one of my favorite features to use. Next, it does an orbit. Orbit is also a really nice one for when you're out and when you're outside in the outdoors. Having a nice orbit view that shows the full 360 of your surroundings is fantastic. One of my favorites, and it does it beautifully. Besides choosing orbit, then I can choose if I want it to stay low, flat, or just a little bit of a rise. And so that little rise is usually only about 3 feet, or the drop is about 3 feet. And that is perfect for a drone. You don't need much more than that. Last but not least is one of my favorite drone modes, and that is the follow me feature. And this is even something I don't get on my DJI drone. It does follow me, where I can just set it up and it will follow my bike ride, it'll follow me on a trail run, or I can set it to go and lead me as well. So it will stay in front of me while I run or ride, and so I can either choose to get a front view or the back view, and it works perfectly. And that is something I don't get on my DJI drone, and for that one reason alone, I love this drone. This gives me probably 90% or 95% of the shots that I wanted on my DJI without nearly the hassle. Guys, finally, we gotta talk about price. This comes in at under $350. That's pretty good for the technology that is packed inside this little drone. Now this one comes with 32 gigs of storage inside. I can simply grab all the videos right off my phone. I download them right from the drone to my phone, or I can plug this in with a USB-C right to my laptop and it functions just as an external SD card. I can put it right here in my back pocket right now and I can go. I can throw it in my trail running vest. I can even put it in my fanny pack when I'm out on the mountain bike. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get some shots and we're gonna take you guys up this trail. It's a balmy 50 degrees in December in Idaho. It's a freak day, and so I'm taking advantage. The dog and I are about to hit the trail, so let's go. So the Hover X1 comes with 2 batteries, so we're gonna stick them right here in our little bag. And just to show you guys what it looks like, so this is my fanny pack I usually wear on the mountain bike ride, and it just sticks in there so easy. No big deal. I could even stick it in a smaller one if I wanted to. There's so much, it just is so small as far as space savings go. Love that. So throw that on and we're ready to go.
Follow.
So I'm gonna grab the bike and we'll go. All right, let's see if we can get it to land on the hand. And there you go. I really like having a drone that'll just get the shots I want without me having to fuss over it. So the Hover X1 comes with 2 batteries, and I find that that's quite enough. I'd say each battery has been giving me about 10 to 15 minutes of battery life, or flight time, I should say. So if I'm out on a hike, that's easily 30 to 40 minutes, somewhere around there, of flight time for me to get a lot of shots while I'm out on a hike. And I think that's plenty for most day trips that I'm out on. It comes with this double charger that takes a USB-C. I can even put one of these batteries right here on top of the drone and charge via the USB-C port here. When I have a high-powered charger, I can really charge both batteries from 0 to full in about an hour or less. It's super important. It's one of the things I love about this drone is that I can get it back on the charger and get recharged in a matter of minutes so that I can get another flight out if I need to. I can fit both those into any one pocket and go. Even with both batteries, this thing only weighs, we're still under 5 or 6 ounces, which is just ridiculous. Okay, we're gonna do a little zoom out right here.
30 feet. Zoom out.
It's a great sunset. Great view of the sunset today. Just a lot of gnats. Now, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but it does have a camera and some sensors down here on the bottom, so it can sense the ground and some other obstacles around, so it tries to avoid those. And even with all those, I still have been able to get this to run into walls and other things. It doesn't have sensors all the way around. So really, it's just pretty good at sensing the object that it's tracking as well as anything underneath. Next one we'll try a little bird eye here real quick.
50 feet. Bird eye.
One thing you'll notice is it is quite loud. It's still a drone, so it's still not allowed at national parks. So it's not a device, if you're planning on going to Bryce Canyon, the Grand Canyon, this is also not the device for you. It would not be appropriate to take. But when you're out in a state park or just out in the backcountry, it works great. Now, I'm doing a bird's eye. It goes up 50 feet, shows all my surroundings, and then comes back. I think my only complaint about these modes, there's only one mode that's really missing. And that mode would be a panoramic mode. So instead of orbiting around me, it would just stand still and turn circles. But there is a way to do it, and I'll show you how. So we're just going to take the mode and switch it over to manual. So it connects to the Wi-Fi. It takes a second to go. So with manual, I can still fly it like a normal drone. The controls aren't quite as good. They're just, in fact, we'll just do a quick recording. Okay, the controls work just like I would. I've got them right here on my phone. I can still see my camera. So it's just like a regular drone. It works the same way. So it'll launch. And once it launches, I'm going to have it just go up a little bit. And now from here, once I'm up, I can just have it pan left and right. So I'll go all the way around one way. And there you go. I can even have it go all the way out. Maybe I want it to go out across the water here a little bit. Now it only goes about 50 feet away from me. It doesn't like to go much further. This is not a super high quality connection between the phone and the drone. It is Wi-Fi after all, so I really am limited on distance. Go ahead and circle back to the right. If there's anything I don't quite like is I can't control the speed that it rotates. So I really am just, it's on or off when it comes to turning it around. Man, if you guys are seeing that sunset, it is absolutely spectacular tonight. Now the drone is not foolproof. There are a few limitations of the drone. I'll give you a few. First of all, the other day I took it out to the sand dunes, and the sensors on the bottom of the drone are really meant to sense the ground level. And there was something about the texture of the sand dunes that it did not like, and I had a hard time getting it to follow me for long periods of time. So when you're on sand or on water, I don't think this is the drone for you. If you're out hiking and doing other things, I think it's great. As far as mountain biking goes, the follow features I think only really worked when I was keeping it under 8 miles an hour. In fact, probably under 6 miles an hour. And if I had any significant turns, it didn't like that as well. The technology behind these products is getting better all the time, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. Having a drone that doesn't require a controller and just does what I expect it to do is exactly what I want. When I'm out hiking, I just want to get out and go. One other limitation I want to talk about is the drone is really not meant to be used at under 32 degrees. And today we were using it at 28 degrees. It was working pretty well. The battery life took a significant hit though. We were only getting about 7 to 8 minutes of flight time in these cold temperatures. So I think the drone is best used over 32 degrees or over 0 degrees Celsius. And when you've got plenty of open space, lots of good daylight, when you really just want to walk in a straight line or do a nice, easy, slow hike, it does a really great job at all the flight modes. That's all the information I have for you on the Hover X1 drone. I really like the idea of this kind of a drone. I love that it doesn't require a lot of piloting. It doesn't require a lot of setup. It is click it on, set up the flight mode, press record and go. I really like that. I just want to get out and have fun with my family, and I think this saves me the time and energy and probably the frustration. I won't have to be yelling or throwing things because I get super frustrated at my drone. I really have liked this. So anyway, I'll leave a link down in the description so that you can find out all the information that you need about the Hover X1. Maybe you can pick one up yourself. They're having all sorts of deals around the holidays, so check out the link in the description. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to shooting more videos with this Hover X1 drone in the future. Thanks for flying along with me today. We'll see you guys next time.